in beautiful Barbados.
And a very good afternoon to you. I'm Lisa Lord with the CBC News at noon. Well, a motorcyclist is dead after he lost control of the cycle he was riding and struck a barrier in the wee hours of this morning. He has been identified as 24-year-old Suleiman El-Kovea of George Street, Belleville, St. Michael. That accident occurred at 5 minutes to 1 along the westbound lanes of the Barrow section of the ABC Highway between the Clyde Walcott and Everton Weeks roundabouts. He died on the spot. Investigations led to the closure of that section of the highway, which has now been reopened. Well, it was a scare for residents in Woodbourne in St. Philip after the scent of gas invaded their community last night. Emergency crews led by the Barbados Fire Service and the Barbados National Oil Company responded to a report after residents raised the alarm after hearing what sounded like an explosion and smelling gas. At least one person is reported to have sought medical attention. The roadway between the roundabout at St. Patrick's was closed for a brief period for through traffic, along with the junction close to the pavilion at Foursquare. It has since been reopened. There is a call for legislation to support the creation of zones of peace around the nation's schools. And leading this call is Independent Senator John Watson. Senator Watson would also like to see security guards placed at all schools.
I think the hut is just there as an ornament because you drive right in and then you hear somebody clapping behind you or something. The security guards need to be trained at those schools to be security guards. And also, Madam President, if anybody at all happen to come on the premises and threaten a child, threaten a teacher, hit a child, or anything like that, there should be laws that would be very severe to that person.
Meantime, a government senator says that nursery schools must look at developing the talents at that tender age. Senator Andre Worrell was speaking during his contribution to debate in the Senate to acquire a parcel of land at Jewins Village in St. James.
We need to be able to identify early those children who are gifted and who could possibly be artists in terms of painters, in terms of musicians, or architects or anything of that nature. We also need to identify those persons who have an interest in, who have an athletic ability as well, and pay attention to that.
Well, Barbados' economy has been kept stable ever since the onset of the global economic recession. This message was relayed to business leaders by Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Dila Worrell, during a Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry Finance and Investment Luncheon Seminar. According to Dr. Worrell, foreign exchange reserves have been protected by fiscal contraction to reduce spending and importation to ensure the balance between inflows and outflows of foreign exchange is maintained. He is of the view that the challenge for Barbados is to take actions that further the economic development of the country. First, it was the United States. Now, Canada has updated its travel advice for citizens in Barbados, warning them of the risk of being robbed while driving in the country. Though it says most visits by citizens of Canada to Barbados are trouble-free, the Foreign Affairs Department is advising that car doors be kept locked, windows rolled up, and possessions such as handbags safely stored. The advice comes in the wake of recent police reports that assailants have been lying in wait in the areas of Pine East-West Boulevard and Pine North-South Boulevard to gain access to cars stopped by red lights or as the flow of traffic stops and steal valuables in the car. The Barbados Diabetes Association was at the receiving end of many donations from two local entertainment entities. First-time Kadooment band Kosa and La Fleur International Incorporated both reached out to that association as they sought to give back to Barbados. Anton Nichols of the Fair says proceeds were raised through an event called Lush. $1,500 was presented to the Diabetes Association.
Because one of our mandates is, as young people coming up in the community, we always wanted to make sure we reach out and give back to make a telling contribution to society and not just a corporation that's just for profits. You know, we always want to make it a better place for the less fortunate.
And for the band Kosa, band leader Jeremy Nichols says the proceeds were raised through one of the sections in the Crop Over 2015 band that was dedicated to charity.
This year the section was called Serenity, and we were able to raise a decent amount that we can present to the Diabetes Association, because we chose them as the charity for 2015 to just keep the awareness of diabetes and stuff like that.
Meantime, President of the Diabetes Association of Barbados, Noreen Merritt, expressed delight at the support from young Barbadians who she says are interested in the work of that organization. We'll have regional and international news right after the break. Stay with us.
Join us on Friday on The Mix as we pull out MCTV's popcorn and the movie. And don't forget, we dust off the crate oldies but goodies. Not to mention, we've got Dale Rudder and Pam Eversley as they kick off the independence celebrations as we wrap ourselves around the flag. So join us 11 a.m. Friday on The Mix.
Every Wednesday and every Friday at 10:30 a.m. it's the Eddie Straight and How Forward with yours truly. Up on 98.1 The One. I'm going to tell you what we have in store from Eddie's Supermarket, Eddie's Wholesale, Eddie's Feed Depot, Eddie's Boutique, and LC Variety. The Eddie Straight and How Forward Wednesdays and Fridays at 10:30 a.m. on 98.1 The One. You're mine.
Well, I heard about it probably around the second week, and I had a few photos that I think fit the theme well, and I decided to give it a shot. First of all, I totally did not expect it, and it was a great feeling, merely because I had entered that photo in NIFCA previously, and I got a bronze medal for it. And so that I really like that photo. It's one of my favorites, so I was glad I won. I believe I have some pieces that I can enter, so yeah, most definitely. Whether you have a DSLR, a point and shoot, or a cell phone, everyone is capable of creativity. So get out, shoot some great photos, enter your shots, and good luck.